First at 5, we watched with pounding hearts and fingers crossed a frightening sight.
Window washers trapped hundreds of feet in the air. This dramatic rescue played out for everyone to see.
And this picture just into our newsroom shows one of the men just moments after being brought to safety. Tonight we have team coverage.
From those who watched on the ground to those who pulled the men to safety. Let's start with CBS 2's Tony Aiello and how this all unfolded. Tony?
Christine, right off the top, let's give you a live look at the rig on the side of this gleaming glass tower. It's finally horizontal. It will eventually be raised to the roof of One World Trade Center. You know, they say practice makes perfect. Just 10 days ago, first responders practiced facade rescues right here. Today, they performed flawlessly.
It was a sight to make you hold your breath and maybe say a prayer. A facade maintenance rig called a vehicle dangling at a severe angle 680 feet above ground zero. 2 workers stuck on the side of America's tallest building. This is a photo of one, Juan Lizama, just after the rescue. The expert first responders called to the scene immediately knew they had 2 options to rescue the men.
We were either going to go with scaffolding and lower it down to the guys, and they would transfer over to another scaffolding safely. And the other option we were going with, which what we were involved with, was there's 3 panes of glass. We basically were cutting the glass away.
Rescue 1 quickly settled on option 2, cutting 3 panes of glass from inside the 68th floor. Additional safety lines were lowered to the workers, along with a radio so they could communicate with their rescuers.
They reported to us they were okay, and they felt secure, and we just kind of told them it was going to take a few minutes for us to gain access to them.
As the minutes ticked away, millions followed the drama on television, the internet, and social media. Mayor de Blasio's staff kept him updated. He lavished praise on the first responders.
Great care was taken on the ground to create a space to make sure that if, God forbid, the carriage had fallen, that people below would not be harmed.
The FDNY used a diamond blade saw to cut the windows, taking particular care with the outside pane, nearly a ½ inch thick. Finally, after nearly 90 minutes, first one and then the other worker was rescued. This video shows one of the men being loaded into an ambulance to be transported to Bellevue and treated for hypothermia. Firefighters say the men seemed relieved, but were relatively quiet when they stepped through the open window to safety. Rescue 1 lost 11 members at the World Trade Center on 9/11, but Lieutenant Ryan says he suppressed any memories of that day while supervising today's rescue.
It's business. You separate yourself from that. It's just your hand. The task at hand is what you worry about right now, and then you separate that, you worry about that later.
The mishap, an embarrassment for this iconic building that just welcomed its first tenants 10 days ago.
I've ordered that the building maintenance units not be returned to service. We're going to do a full after-action report together with the fire department, both police departments, and the appropriate regulators.
Back live with a look at that rig on the side of the building. The company in charge of facade maintenance equipment is called Tractel, and a major focus of this investigation will be why the west side safety lines went slack, causing the rig to tilt at what was estimated to be a 65-degree angle. The workers can control that rig, the horizontal and the vertical movement, from the rig itself. It's attached to one of the rings that is at the base of the big antenna, the spire at the top of the building. It's a very complicated, very costly system. It's been taken out of service. While they do an after-action report, they want to know what went wrong before they put people back up on that rig going forward. So much relief down here at Ground Zero tonight that the guys who were dangling up there just a couple hours ago will be soon home safe. Reporting live in Lower Manhattan, Tony Aiello, CBS 2 News.
Very thankful for that, Tony. Thank you.